All right. All right, here we go. Welcome to another edition of the Big Dog Chico Show. This is episode 1 of the Collegiate Great series, where I will be talking to and having conversations with some college football greats and legends. You can join the conversation via the chat. Make sure you come in, hit the like button, smash the like button, should I say, and the subscribe button. Also, click on the link below to get your merch. Get your merch today. I have with me my former college teammate, class of 2001, Charleston, South Carolina native, 843, James Allen to be exact. UAB Blazers all-time leading wide receiver, 3-time high school state champ. I got to fact check that, make sure. From what I remember, 3-time high school state champ wrestling, taking number 27 overall by the Atlanta Falcons in the 2005 NFL Draft. Retired as their all-time leading wide receiver and a 4-time Pro Bowler. Falcons Ring of Honor member 2019. Should I say 2023 Alabama Sports Hall of Fame inductee. He's a loving son, husband, father, businessman, coach, mentor, friend, and my former travel game roommate sometimes, the great Roddy White. Everybody give it up for him. Give it up for him. Appreciate you joining on, Roddy. Appreciate you joining. How you doing, my dog?
How's everything, man?
Everything is good. Also, we got tuning in right here with us, a guy who was huge in your success. You know, of course, the guy throwing that ball to you, throwing those deep passes way down the field. We got our quarterback, the one and only Daryl Hackney. How you doing, D Hack?
What's happening, Chico? Big dog.
College football great in its own right, collegiate great. Like I said, this is episode 1. What I'm trying to kick off here, talking to some college football greats, and we got 2 on right now with me. Like I said, coming from UAB, man. How are you guys doing? First of all, how you guys doing? Where y'all checking in from?
See, I'm checking in from the A. Well, outside of the A, I'm a little north.
Yeah.
I'm a little north, so I can't really say I'm in the A, but I'm checking in from Georgia, North Georgia.
I'm out here in Sandy Springs, a little north of Atlanta, not too far.
All right, for sure, man. I appreciate y'all coming on, man. We're gonna talk some stories. We're gonna, get into some questions that I have myself and some from the chat. And shoot, I guess we can jump right into it with some recent go back. I guess let's go back instead of starting with some recent stuff. Let's go back. Tell us, Roddy, coming from South Carolina, man. Tell us about coming from your area, your upbringing, and just give us your background for some people who might not know.
Well, I'm originally from Charleston, South Carolina. Really, James Island. It's like a small island right there on the East Coast, right there connected to Charleston. So I grew up on James Island. Went to James Island High School, which is the only high school on James Island, and literally came to UAB from there. Was getting recruited, by a lot of other schools, and not handling my business in high school, not having my GPA high enough. I ended up being a late qualifier. I was gonna go to UAB as a Prop 48, and if you don't know what a Prop 48, this is what they used to do back in the day, where you could go on campus, but you had to sit out a year academically, and then you could it's like a red shirt year, and then you get your grades up, and then you were able to literally go out there and participate the following years, and you didn't lose, your 4 years of eligibility. So I was originally supposed to be a Prop 48, but I think I passed the test in late April, and UAB held my scholarship until then. So then I signed with UAB, and then I got there in June. So when I got there in June, 01, it was me, Hack, all the Atlanta dudes that came with Hack, Tutu. We had like 3 running backs, Darren Dudley,
Colbert.
It was on the
Jay Gutter,
Justin Colbert, which I coached his son in high school, receiver.
Wow.
And literally, in our 01 class, that team ended up going to UAB first bowl game. So that was a great, experience for me. Met a lot of people, my two roommates, Sam and EJ, which I'm still friends to this day with. We share that brotherhood, and we take about 2 vacation trips a year, us and the crew, and we just go have a good time, man. So, I mean, life's been good, man. Life's been really good, man, to this point.
Most definitely. Coming from South Carolina, like you said, you just gave it a story how you got to UAB. Quick question, who was your main recruiter at UAB?
Coach Vandy, man.
Coach Vandy was your recruiter?
Yeah.
Man,
hold that water bottle like that.
Literally, my coach in high school, Coach Sharpie, was at Clemson when Coach Vandy was the offensive line coach at Clemson, right? Yeah. So he was like, "Yo, Roddy, I know you ain't never been to UAB. You probably ain't never heard of UAB. This is before I even heard of UAB, right?" Yeah. And he was like, "Listen, I'm gonna send your tape to this coach at UAB, and he gonna offer you." And I'm like, "What?" He was like, "Yeah, he gonna offer you." So he sent the tape over to Coach Vandy. Back then, we had the VCR tape, so you had to put that thing in to hit play. You know what I'm saying? To watch it. So he sent the tape over to Coach Vandy. Coach Vandy literally called me like 2 days later. It was like, "Hey, we want to offer you a scholarship."
Wow.
I was like, "Yo," I was thinking like my coach just got me straight. You know what I'm saying? Because I was kind of disappointed at that time because I couldn't reach my score on the SAT so I could go to one of the schools that I wanted to go to. And see, my mama was like flushing out money that we ain't even really have on all these SAT classes and stuff like that to try to get me into college. So I mean, I was happy, that they kept my scholarship and just waited on me for real.
Right. That's amazing. You said Coach Vandy. I've been told stories about Coach Vandy on this show. Just random.
Oh yeah, my dog. That's my dog.
Coach Vandy told me, man, I'll never forget. And I lived by this, throughout life with some certain situations. I was in the back as a freshman going out there because the tight ends had to go with the offensive line sometimes, right? So we go out there and I'm in the back and I'm smiling at something. Who knows what? I'm just smiling. Coach Vandy said, "Hey, you back there. Take that damn smile off your face, showing all your 32 teeth like a damn piss cat. I'll send your ass back to Selma." I said, "Damn, this is real deal right here."
Yeah. Oh yeah. Hey man, listen, when you get to college, bro, I tell people all the time, man. When you get there and they already got you on campus, bro, their whole attitude changes.
Everything changed
man,
about
everything changed, bro. Boy, they call you so many different names, man, and tell you they gonna send your ass back home, man.
I was like, damn, dog. I thought, well, no more showing these 32s around Coach Vandy. That was none of
that. I think Coach Vandy probably was the toughest coach we had,
Yeah.
As far as being on you, staying on you, making sure you do this and do that. Outside of Coach Sullivan, Coach Vandy was probably that guy.
Right. And Hack, you came from Southwest DCAP, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Nah, don't mix me up with that team.
I mean Douglas, my bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Other guys came with you from Southwest DCAP, right?
Yeah, so Southwest was our rival when I was in high school. So Justin Colbert, we played him 4 years in high school. He went to his quarterback at Southwest DeKalb was a good friend of mine, Trey Boger, who played at Tulane, played with the Packers, and now he's a referee in the NFL. Now he followed his dad's footsteps.
Shout out to Trey, man. I haven't heard that name long.
Trey, cool people. So coming from Atlanta, didn't have many offers coming out of high school, and I just took the trips that I thought the teams wanted me. That was Minnesota, Western Michigan, Middle Tennessee State, UAB, and Troy. And I love some mama cooking, so I had to stay close to home.
Right.
So chose UAB. They was actually, UAB before we got there was running the triple option. They was running some version of the option, 2 years prior to we got there. And Coach Pugh, who recruited me, him and Sullivan came to the school. They was like, oh, we changing the whole system. and you know they had them air raid photos with Jeff Aaron. I was like, oh, we gonna be on them billboards like that. I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, UAB the place to go. So and
Everybody wanted that billboard coming into the city.
man, what? Hey, that
Listen,
billboard,
listen, man.
that billboard going up 65.
Yeah.
Man, it was dope.
Yep.
It
That
was
was
dope.
good marketing by them. Shout out to them, man. I think Mark Ingram is over there now. Not the Alabama running back, but Mark Ingram is the AD now over there.
Yeah, more good people.
Yeah, shout out to Mark, man. And I saw you guys went back for the even when they was doing the Save UAB thing. I know Roddy went back. Did you go back to Hack when they was doing this?
I don't recall going back when they was doing the save, but when they opened the new stadium, I know I went back.
Yeah.
So
Man, and so leading them, you guys were at the helm on that, leading UAB us to the first ever bowl game at UAB, and it's out here in Hawaii, where I still am currently. You know, I probably wouldn't be here if I hadn't chose to go to UAB, and you guys didn't lead us to that bowl game to come out here. So I appreciate you guys for that. But you know,
hey, listen, man, we knew want to come. We knew then that you ain't want to come home after that. Hey, listen,
you fell in love out there.
Listen, man. When we went over there and I seen everybody running back to the hotel trying to make curfew, I said, it's going to be a couple people that going to stay over here, man.
Hey,
you're not telling me the boy. Hey, I remember some guys was like, third day was like, man, I'm ready to go home. And I remember looking at them like, man, are you crazy? Like,
yeah.
Ready to get back to. You see this out here? Taste the air, man. Y'all tripping.
Listen, I was enjoying my days over there. I ain't even going to lie. I want to come back.
I never thought I'd go to a place like that coming from Atlanta, and we out there. And then Coach said, if you miss curfew, you can't go out the rest of the time. That's why we left Big Jew. We left Jew. His moped wouldn't start. We was at a club probably about 30 minutes away from the hotel, and his moped wouldn't start, and we left him. He ended up making curfew. He ended up catching up with us, but hey, we had to do what we had to do.
Had to make a decision.
Yeah, business decision.
Business decision, bro.
Hey, man, I know we're gonna get into some of those stories because I got some things to ask about. Let me clarify this, Roddy. Go back because I also spoke about this on my live before. Your wrestling background. Talk about your wrestling background in high school.
Yeah, man. I mean, I wrestled actually before I played football. You know what I'm saying? Wrestling was like tradition in my family. So shit, that's all we ever did. That's all I knew, you know, growing up and things like that. I mean, I played football, but at that time when I was entering high school, I was a much better wrestler than I was, you know, a football player. Mm-hmm. So, you know, going through the process, you know, with my family and everybody winning state titles and stuff like that, man, if you ain't win none, man, you couldn't really talk at the barbecue. You couldn't just come out and be talking like that, you know what I'm saying? And then certain times they be rolling out the mats and stuff and getting after it, you know what I'm saying? Summertime, it was literally like my uncle who was in the military, my uncle Leonard who was in the military for probably about 40 years, man. And he won 3 state championships, you know, should have won 4. But he won 3 state champions. He was the big dog around there. You know, ain't nobody want to see him. He was ready to shop. And then he was in the military, so he always was in shape. Yep. You know what I'm saying? So you really couldn't try him like that unless you were ready, dog. So he was king of the castle for at least about a good 20 years before anybody could beat him. You know what I'm saying? Then, you know, my brothers and all my cousins, all of them won state at least one time. A couple of them won twice. So, you know, and then I ended up winning twice. I was supposed to win it 4 times, but slipped up in the final and lost. So,
yeah,
that was 2 things and not 4.
Man, I've mentioned that on the live how important it is, how that wrestling background helped you and can help other players. There's a guy on Colorado's team I was covering, Chidozie Nwankwo. He's a defensive tackle. He's a former 2-time state champion wrestler. And I just talked about how that strength and understanding, you know, just how to work your body and going against someone helps him on the football.
Leverage, balance.
Leverage, yep.
All that stuff, hands and stuff like that, man. and just knowing, and just catching people and knowing when they off balance. You know what I'm saying? And being able to read body language. You know what I'm saying? That's all wrestling and all technique. You know what I'm saying? So that did help me in my combat, you know, at the wide receiver position, and then just mentally tough, man, because wrestling is fucking super hard. Like I done went through, I don't know how many training camps in football. I ain't never went through a training camp harder than any wrestling training camp that I ever been in. I've never been through a football training camp that was harder than any wrestling training camp.
Wow.
So that's why I always knew, like, no matter what, I could always push myself as hard as I could when I was in football training camp, because it wasn't nothing like them wrestling training camps, bro. Them joints was about 3 hours long. I mean, you running miles, you practicing in sweats and 100-degree room. I mean, you running sprints, you running up stadium steps with ball. Man. Listen, man. I was on the doorstep of death a couple times, and I'm not even gonna lie. I thought I was gonna die.
Yeah.
I literally one time went home. I looked at my mama. I laid on the bed. I said, "Hey, man, I think I'm about to be done with this." Me and my face was like, "Yeah, next year." I was like, "What you mean?" She was like, "Nah, you ain't gonna quit. I mean, you can quit next year, but you gonna finish this."
You gonna finish it. You can quit once the season over with. I told my daughter that the other day. I don't want to do swimming anymore. You could quit once this season is over with, but you're not gonna quit in the middle of the season. Come on now.
Right. That's good teaching. Good teaching for our youth and the kids that we're raising, never to be a quitter, man. Like, now these kids are soft. In my opinion, these kids are soft. They don't have the direction. They don't have the direction like we came up, man. You say you want to quit, mama put 2 in your chest. Pop. Like what's going on? What you want to quit?
Right. I remember, speaking about the wrestling though, I remember this. Being in the locker room, I said this on my live. I said, as far as wrestling go in the locker room, because you know it goes down a lot.
Oh yeah.
I said I was the wrestling champ, and Roddy was the wrestling champ. You know, I said, and we were wide receivers. And I said we had a quarterback where nobody gonna grab either. I'm talking about linemen. Shout out Big Spook, who I had to put in the locker one time or two. You know, give me all that.
Oh, yeah, I remember we were wrestling at a party, and me and Big Spook got to wrestling at a party.
It broke
broke the bed, right?
Man.
Oh, who room that was, Chico? We were wrestling every game. That was your
the game room.
Senior year.
Man, listen, them boys used to wrestle. Chico, them boys used to wrestle in the hotel a day before a game.
Day before the game, we used to wrestle.
My room. That wasn't my room then. No, I wasn't doing that.
So we got caught. We got caught one time, right?
Yeah.
And then I think Brown got. I don't know if it may have been Primo room, because the day we got caught, the next game he went captain.
Oh damn.
So I don't know who room is. We every game, whether it's home or away, we have everybody in the room just wrestling, and believe it or not, Joe Webb was killing them all. Joe Webb was dropping them like flies.
And it's always people would think that it's the bigger guys. You know, no, dog. It's those wiry, strong guys like Roddy, like Joe, shaped like that you're not finna. How are you gonna get them on the ground? Yeah. And then they have a wrestling background. No, you about to lose. Dog. I done seen Roddy slam a couple folks, dog, and I said, "Yep, he on my team."
Who that was? Dan Burks?
I ain't calling no names, but whoever ran up.
Man, listen, man, we ain't putting nobody out there like that.
Hey, that's what the podcast for.
Hey,
you know,
go straight, Dan Burks. Shout out to my dog, Dano.
Man, Dan know who he is.
Y'all used to tote that pill though.
But whoever ran up on him in the locker room, I done seen him get flipped up and down. So
I ain't gonna lie, man. Dan was the first white dude I seen run the ball like that, bro. I ain't never thought white boys could run the ball till I seen Dan Burks get that thing.
No, a lot of respect for Dan.
Listen, Dan Burke came in hotter than fish grease, goddamn.
Right.
He took a lot of pressure off the passing game, because
I was about to say that though. But at the time, my gripe was this. I love Dan Burks, but I'm thinking at the time, because I loved Theron Dudley and Kendall Gibson too, who were
yeah. I love them. I love their freshman year how they came in. They were hungry, but Chico, that man, everybody was really real complacent that second year, man.
that's what it was.
Yeah, that's what it was.
The thing about you that second year, and I had this kind of like in my small notes. I was like, man, I ain't gonna have no notes. We're just gonna have a conversation. But I did notice about you, and this was my confidence with you when you got in the league, was you didn't start off your freshman year super hot. You know,
No.
I think you had 12 catches your freshman year. I think I had 10 my freshman year. I think we were like this, you know, and I'm thinking, you know, oh, we're gonna take it over, you know, and then the second year comes and it still wasn't what you wanted it to be, right?
No, man, that's when I was in the office, man. Me and Brian were going at it, bro.
Well, you also had to think about at that time Roddy wasn't the go-to his freshman and sophomore year.
Yeah,
Willie Quinney was still there.
Yep.
I didn't even start your sophomore year. It was my redshirt freshman year. I didn't start till like game 3 or 4.
Yep.
And that's when the offense started to evolve and go places. But Thomas Cox, who mentored up under, you know, he led the way and this great guy. All respect to him.
And talking about a great leader, shout to him. Go ahead, I can interrupt you.
Yeah, so I think after later in that sophomore season for Roddy, I think we found our connection and our niche, and then we knew Willie was leaving, and he had a shot at the NFL. He played with the San Diego Chargers at the time, and then that next year we just skyrocketed and took off. We knew what each other was thinking, knew how to check off and get him the ball, and most of the passes and the plays were designed for Roddy, and he took care of the rest by catching the ball. You know, you can't take that away.
Yeah, I mean, we were slow. I felt like the transition, we should have got to the transition to Hack. You know what I'm saying? That transition to Hack, we should have got to that a little bit earlier. I felt like during that season. I mean, nothing against Thomas Cox. Thomas Cox, one of the most.
Was J.A. before Thomas Cox?
Yeah, Jeff was.
Jeff Aaron. My freshman year was Jeff Aaron.
Okay, that was our freshman year. Yeah, J.A.
Yeah.
J.A. That was our freshman year.
So, you know, for me, it was like, I think we could have just transitioned to Hack a lot faster, you know what I'm saying, my sophomore year, but we didn't. And, you know, we was kind of running a lot of more option-oriented stuff like that. And then we would play action off of that and do things like that because I believe, like, Thomas was a guy that had to see wide open windows in order to get us the ball. You know what I'm saying? So, but, yeah, man, I was in there. Me and Brian were going at it, bro.
So you went in the office. Let me tell you my story real quick. I went in the office. This was probably my junior year. I think I was redshirting or something. But he told me, but shout out to Coach Brown, man. But I know how to say it. But he told me, man, I don't know what to do with you. I said, what? What you mean you don't know what to do with me, dog? I said, I'm killing in the spring, but then I don't get a what should I play outside? Should I play inside? I like 4 wide receivers. You're a damn tight end. My tight end's blocked. I got Cedric and Sam for that. I was like, damn. And that's what I was thinking about going to defense, but I stayed on there because he said, all right, this is what Sullivan going to come back, and this is what we got for you, and da-da-da-da. And, yeah, it never worked out like that. But how did you guys meet and go in the office?
Oh,
you probably hold back like I did.
Man, I sat down, man, and I think I went about it the wrong way, Chico.
Okay.
I think we all went about it the wrong way.
Listen, Chico, I went there. I was like, Coach Brown, ain't nobody out here better than me. Why I'm not getting the ball? And he was like, and the first thing he said, I need to see more out of you at practice. I was like, practice? He was like, yeah. He was like, you inconsistent. 1 week you killing, the next week you ain't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I said, oh, man, listen, I ain't got time to be talking about practice. I'm talking about game. I'm talking about you having plays to get me the ball. Where are the plays that you gonna call to get me the ball? Specifically, just me. He was like, well, Roddy, the offense ain't designed just to get one person the ball. I said, man, you throwing the ball to Willie every play. Don't tell me it ain't designed. I said, for me, I mean, for him, he getting the ball. We going through the simulation. We going through walkthrough. This man catching all the balls and walkthrough.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just running dummy routes.
So you can't tell me that's not by design.
I ain't no dummy. Like, you know what? And then he gave me a chance. I can't remember what game that was. That was my coming out party. I think it was either Troy or
Let me see if I got it on here.
Or Tulane.
What year?
Your sophomore year?
2 or 3, or Cincinnati, or like I caught like 2 or 3 passes. 2 or 3 passes, and then I scored a touchdown. And I think he threw me like 4 targets. I caught all 4. And then the next week he was like, "All right, Roddy, we're gonna get you in the game plan."
Yeah.
So, but yeah, man, that was crazy.
I know. Let me see here. So if you talk about your freshman year, your best game, your freshman year, 4 catches, 75 yards, or either Texas TCU 70 3 receptions for 73 yards. And I remember, man, you used to torch TCU, man. And we'll get to that because that was my red shirt year, and I got to see it from a different perspective. That's when I became not just you guys' teammate, not just y'all peer coming in class. No, I became a fan then. Because Lord have mercy. This boy, this guy here, this quarterback up here used to drop back. It seemed like he used to try to throw the ball as far as he can. And all of a sudden, number 10 come out of nowhere and catch that thing. I said, hell no.
Yeah, that was you probably talking about my junior year, Roddy's senior year. We played TCU at home.
At home. Oh,
at home.
Bro, my junior year hat. We threw a post over their head that time too.
Yeah, that's the game I broke my thumb.
Well, watch this. According to the stats, all right, Roddy had a touchdown versus TCU his freshman year. And then we didn't play him our sophomore year. Came back and played him 2003, which would be that junior year. You caught a 50-yard bomb on him. That was the one just like you was trying to throw it over everybody. And then that next year, though, 4 for 130, 32-yard average. Unbelievable. You had 8 games with over 100 yards your senior year, a 5-game stretch with 100 yards. I'll be dang if that ain't get you on the map to get drafted right there, man.
Isn't it? You know what's crazy about that? You know what's crazy about that year, Chico? Right?
Yeah.
The very first game we played Baylor, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, and listen, Chico, I might have caught.
Hear anything.
Chico, I might have caught 2 passes that game. Right?
3 for 76, 25 average, and a touchdown.
So I'm over there. I'm talking to you, but I was like, yo, you know what? We finna go off. I said, we finna go off this year.
Yeah.
You could just feel that joint.
Yep.
You know, because later on that year, me and Hat was working. When I say we were working, man, we be out there with Hack had the field lights key.
Yeah, I remember.
Bro, we used to go out there 12 o'clock at night. We cut on the lights. We just out there catching ball, catching routes. Man, we'll literally go out to the club and then go to the field and catch balls and stuff while we were literally drunk out there, dog. That was the dedication. Hey, Chico, that was the dedication we had. You know what I'm saying? Going into that season, bro.
I was going to ask you, what was the connection you felt like? What did you guys do? And I guess that after the club drunk passing on the field led to some big time things.
It was just one of those things where if you want to be great and go places, a quarterback and wide receivers and tight ends, they should always hang together. Yep. They should be like 2 peas in the pot. So that was our connection. We stayed together. He had his roommates, B. Reg, Sam, Willie, and Ernest. Wherever they went, I was with them too. So followed around with them. And even though we had the keys to the lights, we tried to get other schools to come out. You know, we had that thing with Miles until it turned to they thought they should be in our position. So we couldn't continue to do that with Miles. But you leave the club and you drunk and you go out there and compete. Primo and Roddy going at it all the time. It was just one of those things where we just had to stay on top of each other if we wanted to go to the next level, and which Roddy had the successful career.
Definitely, definitely. And in all, his career, and you can see it, like I said, with you guys staying together, that friendship, bonding over all this time and still being as strong as it is. It's like everybody made it. I was gonna say all of you, but because of the roommate was a little bit tighter. The roommates, you guys all were a little bit tighter, but I say when Roddy made it, we all made it, But
I
especially
agree.
you guys with, like you said, going out there late at night, 12 o'clock. I tell people all the time, it's the little things that can set um, you up for the success. It's the little things that can separate you from the next person. It's the little things, especially to get to the NFL. That's why they call it a game of inches. I'll give you an example of some things I observed as far as being the little things that I feel set Roddy apart, set yourself apart, who had a chance in the league also with the Broncos. And also, you mentioned Primo, Carlos Hendricks, who was our cornerback. Um, he also played overseas with the Ryan Fire. I'm not sure if he actually got into the league, but I'll tell you what you guys used to do after practice. I don't know if y'all remember this. Y'all used to do something as simple as run 3 laps around the big field after practice. I don't know whether that started junior year, senior year, whatever, but y'all would run those laps around the practice. And after seeing y'all do it a few times, I got to get it. Ain't no need for me to go in the locker room early. I'm not going to shower with all these guys anyway, so I might as well go run with Roddy and them and see if I can get some of this extra work in. Talk about that mindset and where did that come from, and who started that? How did that come about?
Man, I think it was just us trying to be in the best shape of our life. You know what I'm saying? It's like when you get to that point, especially when you're in collegiate, you really find out that everybody is like the next level. Like in high school, you always gonna be the best player on the team. You know what I'm saying? Like you always gonna reach a pinnacle that nobody else can reach. When you get to college, it's gonna be multiple people that's on that team that got the same type of potential that you got. You know what I'm saying? Now it's all about who gonna work the hardest and who gonna outwork who to make sure that they make it to the next level. And what I did was I was just like, man, we just can't do what everybody else do and think that we gonna just make it to the next level. You know what I'm saying? We gotta do something extra. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
If we gonna catch balls after practice. You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, I sometimes used to just get hacked and be like, hey man, you ain't gotta do nothing. I'm just turn around, act like a curl. He'll throw me 100 balls, after practice. Or we'll run extra laps, you know what I'm saying? Because back that time, Hat was a little overweight, so we had to get some of that weight off of him. So we had to run after practice in order to get him where he needed to be. So I mean, everything tied into each other, and I just never been around that many guys that was willing to do extra work. You know what I'm saying? So until I got to the NFL, I wasn't even around guys that was willing to do extra work. And even when you reach that level of the NFL, it's still gonna be guys that goddamn go to practice, they go home. Nobody doing nothing extra, nobody, and that separate the good dudes from the great dudes. Because It's like I'm watching Tony Gonzalez, this man catching 100, 200 passes before practice and 100, 200 passes after practice. Right. Like, and you wonder why he got 1,000 catches in the league. I'm like, I can't let you outwork me.
Yep.
So I got to get out early and catch my 100, and after practice and in between each and every drill that we doing and stuff like that. So it's like, and then when you see yourself doing that, then everybody under you, everybody receiver wise, and everybody buy in and start doing. It's part of like seeing people work. You know what I'm saying? It's because if you don't see nobody work, you don't really know what work is. You know what I'm saying? So, but when you seeing people work, now you like, either I'm gonna get with that program to give myself an opportunity to make it to the next level, or I'm gonna chill. And then that be the separation, because you will see it when you get in the games. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's factual. That's what anything you do. And going into the league and you seeing a guy like Tony Gonzalez, a Hall of Famer, do that, and you saying, "Sure, I want to be a Hall of Famer. I want to be great. So if he's doing it, I know I got to do it. I can't let him outwork me. And I'm a bushy tail freshman coming in. You know, I can't let him do that."
Yeah, you definitely can, man, because it's little things that you see that made people great, man. I tell people this story all the time, man. The year that Tony Gonzalez, you know, Coach Smith let him out of training camp, right?
Mm-hmm.
And man, we was talking shit about Tony, man, bad. We out here grinding, right? We watching pictures. We looking at him on IG and at Twitter at the time, which is X now. He in there in bars drinking and shit. We texting him like, bro, we out here working. You got all the training camp off, right? So we talking mad shit about Tony, like really mad shit. Man, his first practice came back. They wrote a script for this man and threw this man every ball, Chico. That man caught every pass they threw to him.
Damn.
And he walked out the field and said, "That's why I can miss training camp, because none of y'all motherfuckers could do that." And I was like, I couldn't even say that too. After that, I couldn't even say that too. You know what I'm saying? That was my first example of greatness. I ain't never seen nothing like that ever in my life. I mean, we scripted the whole practice so he get all the ball. And man, they put one on the ground. Caught them all, bro.
Yeah, he was automatic, whether it was on the field or in Madden.
Man, trying to tell you.
Yeah, man. And you still have a good relationship with those guys, just like in your college teammates. You still got a good relationship with those. I see you with shout out to Brian Finneran, Mike Jenkins, Harry Douglas. Shouts out to all those guys, man.
Yeah, all my dudes, man, from the time I walked into college, man, and the people that I hung with to when I was in league, man, I'm cool with all my guys, man. We like brother, it's a brotherhood, man. You know what I'm saying? Football is truly a brotherhood, you know, based on the fact that we all get an opportunity to share each other and just share each other life with each other. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And at this point, we all 40. So we all got kids, we all got families, stuff like that. And still we having this opportunity to share with each other and just, you know, look out for each other kids, take care of each other kids, and just look out for each other's family, man. It's a special bond, man. Football really do bring people together, yo.
Definitely. And speaking of that, we got another teammate just joined in right here. Another guy who I mentioned in my lives before. We got our teammate from UAB, big offensive tackle, Big Julius Wilson joining in. What up, Big Juice?
Man, how you doing, man? How you doing, fellas? What's going on?
Big boy, what's happening, man?
Man, just cooling, man. What's happening?
Man, you know, I still beefing with you right now. You know that.
What's happening, Jew?
What's happening?
Hey, I'll say this though. This is what I said about Jew one time on my live, right? Because I was covering Colorado, and we seeing the guys come in and out. And I'm telling the people on my live, listen, man, I know when a big fella can play. You know, I look for the big athletic guys. You know, they big, but I call them big smooths. Or they big, and you'll see them on the basketball court. They won't get in the post. They'll try to face you up like they 180 right? And so when I saw Big Jew on campus the first day, I said, "Oh yeah, we got us an offensive tackle. He looked like he cold-blooded athletic because I think he was walking with two hack.
Yeah,
already with the right person. We got us one. So
you know, funny story, Chico. He told Watson he ain't coming unless he stay with the quarterback.
Well, hey.
So they called me. He was on a visit. They called me. I'm in Atlanta. They say, "Oh, we got his left tackle. He said he got to stay with the quarterback." I was like, "I stay by myself. All my roommates had done flunked out.
Yeah.
Tutu flunked out.
Yeah.
Travaris Thomas, wide receiver. Justin Colbert, running back, and Theron Dudley, running back. They flunked out. I'm the last of the Mohicans.
Yeah.
So I said I got to check him out. Let me vet him before I say he can come stay with me.
Yeah.
And it was a good decision. He came to UAB. He stayed with me. We stayed off campus, so it was a brotherhood there. And he's another one that pushes you. You don't want your other brothers to outshine you. So that's where the competitive nature came from when we was at UAB. Everybody that was in our little tight-knit circle. And shout out to Primo. Primo got me down 27.5 pounds from my junior year to my senior year. All we did was run every summer. We didn't run gassles sideline to sideline. He said we're gonna run 10 to 1,500 yard sprints every day. We did that every day, and I got down 27 pounds from junior year to senior.
Limb and trim, boy. I remember that year. I remember
Yeah.
that was when you had that famous stiff arm and that run. Oh man, that boy was
Yeah.
back there.
Hey,
Them were the
Chico,
days, though.
we're still beefing with the boys about that article they put in the paper about me, Chico. Hey, Chico,
Hey.
you know, they used to get up in the morning and go work out. You know, I used to get up in the morning to go work out. They afternoon crew. So, you know, in the morning times, you know me, I was killing in the morning, right? So I'm telling them when I come back, oh, like I beast it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're like, come out there at 12 o'clock with us, you know what I mean? Man, Chico, I came out there at 12 o'clock, I was last and everything.
Chico, you know the difference between that 12 o'clock Birmingham and that 6 a.m. Just sun ain't really even out yet.
Yeah.
It's a whole different workout.
Hey.
Chico,
I got hot thinking about it.
Hey. I was like, this ain't the same Jew who come home every day talking about he been beasting the workout and the summer running. Man lasting every drill when he ran with us. And
Chico.
Hey, Chico, every drill, bro. Yeah. Every drill I was last. Every drill.
That 12 o'clock heat, I don't miss that at all down south and doing that running, dog. Shit.
Man, it's just two guys I could never beat, man. You know, we had Sam Hunt. Shout out to the country singer.
Shout out to Sam Hunt, man.
And Joe Webb, man. I couldn't beat them guys in the summer, you know.
Them be near one of them boys.
Nah, them boys can run like some gazelles.
Them bionic athletes right there, man. Shout out to both of them, man. We got a few other teammates we need to shout out to, but shout out to Sam Hunt, Joe Webb for doing their thing. I looked up one time and saw Sam performing at halftime of the Super Bowl, right? This before I had any inkling that he was a damn country singer, even though he used to play the guitar in the locker room, if we all think about it. But I looked up, I said, Sam Hunt, that's wasn't that our quarterback? And I saw his face. I said, this man performing on the damn Super Bowl. I started listening to his music. You know, I became a fan.
Yeah,
I became a fan then. I didn't know though, but shoot, shout out to him, man. But if we go, hold on, before I even go too much farther, I gotta go here, right, while it's on my mind. Roddy came out here to Hawaii for his first Pro Bowl, right? What was that? 2008 was your first one?
2008.
2008, Roddy White comes to Hawaii for his Pro Bowl. Chico, myself, I'm out here, you know, because I came out of 2004. We all for the bowl game. I said I got to come back. I'd have met my girl out here. I'm coming back. I'm living out here. This the vibe I like. So I'm out here, and I had just got a contract to go play overseas. So I said I'm gonna come to Hawaii and train, and then I'm gonna fly from Hawaii to go overseas. Boom! It just happened to be Pro Bowl time, and Roddy's coming. Oh man, this is his first Pro Bowl. I got to hit him up, not knowing that I'm gonna be able to go into the players' hotel room, and Adrian Peterson gonna come flying by me like a horse. Big Albert Haynesworth over there. I'm sitting next to Coach Harbaugh, Peyton Manning, Eli Manning. I'm seeing all these wives: DeMarcus Ware, Joey Porter, Brandon Marshall before the dreads. Talk about your first Pro Bowl experience before I get into driving you back to your hotel after the club. And I'm nervous as hell because I got a guy who just made the Pro Bowl. He got to play a game tomorrow. He just signed a huge contract, and I'm driving him home across the island.
Hey, listen. Hey, yo, it was crazy, though. But that was a special moment for me, man, my family, and everybody, man, going to Hawaii, man. It was great because I got an opportunity to share that with, you know, a bunch of my best friends, a bunch of my teammates, and my family, man. Just my first Pro Bowl experience was literally, man, I'm walking in the hotel, and, you know, you walking in and you seeing like what Chico said, you seeing Peyton Manning, you know what I'm saying? You seeing Ray Lewis, you seeing Ed Reed, you know what I'm saying? You seeing T.O., you seeing Rant, you seeing all these dudes, man, like the dudes. you know, and like to be part of that, you know what I'm saying? It was just a special moment for me. I'm sitting down there and I'm looking at Torrey Holt like a little puppy. Every word that come out his mouth, I'm just taking in, man. I'm just underneath this man, and everybody like, bro, you gotta leave this man alone. Yeah. I'm like, nah, man. Like, I'm trying to play football like this, Chico. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. So, man, it was the best experience in my life at the time, because I ain't never been in a room with such great players, that many great players at one time. You know what I'm saying? It's like when you make it today, it's like the best of the best in the league. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, sitting by poolside talking to Ray, you know what I'm saying? And then almost getting tricked into giving them my room number so they could run my bill up. So, you know, man, it was just a great time, man, because, you know, and watching my family, you know, interact with, you know, other players' family and stuff like that. And then on top of that, also getting pictures and stuff like that, man. It's a moment, you know, I would never forget. And then that was the very first time I took me and my family on a boat, and we was underwater with scooters and stuff like that. That was the very first time me having a little snorkeling joint on with the scooter around the corals and stuff like that. So, man, it was an eye-opening experience for me, man. It was amazing. It was amazing.
Well, now we got to get to the time where during that Pro Bowl experience, here's some stuff that I'll never forget right here. From my lens, I still got this as a movie in my head. I just don't have the footage to show everybody, right? We went to a club, or at least you guys told me to. I think I arrived by myself. You guys told me where to come. We're going to this club because usually I don't go out, but I'm like, man, Roddy here. I'm you know, got other teammates. I'm going out. So I meet y'all at this club. I'm walking up to the line, and they let me in. I'm like, okay, all right, it worked. I'm in there. All right, I go in. Man, it was like a private party they had just for the Pro Bowlers, I guess, because I look around, I'm thinking I'm walking to a regular club and I'm going to meet you guys. Man, I saw Wes Welker in the club. I saw Robert Mathis. You know, now I'm starting to see all these familiar faces. I'm like, oh, is this all Pro Bowlers? And all of a sudden, before he was beast mode, here comes the guy bouncing around the club, the life of the party. You know, knowing what we know now, you know, we know what he was doing. He's being Marshawn.
Yeah.
Around, man, but I ain't never. And Marshawn, man, I love you, dog, but don't. And it's out there now. You know, he a smoker. But he bounced around. I said, man, whoever that's Mark, he smelled just like weed.
Oh, yeah. Every time you see him, though.
But he wasn't the only one, just to be transparent. No. It was just, I was just amazed, like, damn, look, Marshawn having a great, he bouncing around smelling like weed. Wes Welker over here. I'm taller than Robert Mathis. Shout out to him, Alabama A&M. It was just a different experience for me. I would say thank you for that. Also, thank you for this right here, too, before we go on. We were sitting in the room, myself, you, I think either Primo or Hack. We sitting there just talking, and Brandon Marshall was in there talking like he do. And it's amazing that he has the podcast now, because he was talking in there like a podcast. And all of a sudden we get a knock on the door and it's a box delivered to you. And it's like a big Nike box, and it sits on your bed. You know, you kind of don't pay attention to it at the time. 5 minutes later go by, another knock at the door, and there's another box. I think you was like, damn, man, let me see what the hell is up in these boxes. You open the boxes up, and it was like you said, oh, man, it's just more of this, you know, stuff that they always give us. And I'm getting ready to go to Europe at the time where it's going to be cold. I'm just about to start buying me some jackets and stuff. And you pulling out this Jordan stuff. This is nothing. This is nothing. Chico, you want this? Bam, threw me a Jordan jacket. I said, oh, yeah, I want it.
Oh, yeah, man. I was handing all that stuff out, man.
He was throwing out stuff like it was nothing.
Bro, I ain't even going to lie, bro. By the time we got close to the game, bro, it probably was literally 7-8 boxes in a room full of crap that they talking about. They going to package up and send back to your house. I'm like, bro, y'all ain't finna send all this stuff back to my crib. I'm finna get all of it out right now.
Right. Like stuff in here that I'll never wear. I remember I think I asked you one time, hey, you don't want to give it to somebody? Man, I'm giving it away right now. You want it or not? Yes, I want it. Thank you very much. You know, I'm going to Europe right now. It's gonna be cold. I flew in to nothing but snow. And I appreciate that. So just looking back on that, man, that was a fun time. That was your first Pro Bowl. You ended up going to 4 back-to-back. Amazing career, Ring of Honor with the Falcons. Talk about real quick Michael Vick, because you got honored with him after you guys were done. Talk about my dog Michael Vick and you guys' relationship.
Yeah, man, that was the very first time I ever seen like a superstar, like what it looked like. Like I ain't really know, I went to UAB. I'm coming in. I'm on the Falcons, and Michael Vick on the Falcons. At that time, I ain't know like this man the most popular guy in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? And you don't know that. You know what I'm saying? Coming from college, because you see the effect, but you ain't in it. You ain't in the mix. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, see, we coming in. I'm coming in, and it's like, I get there. They're like, hey, you got to meet Mike. Boom, boom, boom. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I walk in the locker room, and Mike got like 2 lockers. Like he got his locker, then he got another locker right next to his. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right? And I'm dapping him up. I'm like, what's up, man? And he the only person that called me by my real name. He never called me Roddy. He like, Sherrod, what's happening? You know, that's kind of like he's smooth. Like, that's just who he is. And, our first preseason game, I'm walking out the tunnel, and you see all these 7 jerseys. You know what I'm saying? And we in like Japan. You know what I'm saying? You see all these 7 jerseys, all this stuff, and I'm like, yo, this is crazy. We get there in the hotel lobby, it's people down there, just crazy, like nonsense. Like, I ain't really know like a superstar look like till he was there. Like, he had 2 security guards with him at all times. Like, no matter what we went as a team, you know what I'm saying? It's like these 2 people was with him all the time, because hotel lobbies, whatever it was, man, it was people down there waiting on him, man. That was my very first time understanding what a superstar was. And then, watching him on the field, a lot of time, man, you could be out there and you just be watching. Some of the stuff he be doing out there, it's just unbelievable, man. And he is probably, I would say, the most electrifying dude I've ever seen on a football field. Him and Devin Hester could just do things that everybody else can't do on that field, bro. They're just gifted.
Man. I was gonna say also, and then Hack, let me see. I think you're unmuted right now. Hack, you came. I remember these 2 names being in college and you saying them so much coming from the Atlanta area. Pac-Man and Batman. Pac-Man ended up being Adam Jones, and Batman, I think I met him at UAB once. He came down. Ahmad Carroll, right?
Yeah, Mark Carroll. Mark Carroll, Batman, he went to Arkansas, and Pac-Man went to West Virginia. Both straight out of Atlanta. So growing up, we competed in high school together. Pac-Man and went to Westlake. They used to always come over to Doug and try to, say they better than us, because Doug was like number 1 or number 2 in the state every year when I was in high school. We just couldn't win it all. We had the athletes. We just didn't. We couldn't. We go out to Gwinnett County and down south, and I don't know if it's out coached, out hustled by the players out playing us, but we just couldn't compete with them guys. But yeah, Pac-Man, I still keep in touch with him today, and Batman. They both, good people in my circle.
Yeah, shout out to them. I remember them coming up talking about them so much and how fast they were coming out. And then
Batman was the fastest.
Batman was the fastest. Oh,
Batman was the fastest.
Pac, you heard that right, Pac?
Pac, no, Batman faster than him.
Hey, Chico.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't know how they did when State. Them boys had 20 or 21 D1
18. We had 18 or 19 D1 offers my senior year.
Offers on one.
That's
crazy. That's both sides of the ball, dog.
Yeah, we had 2 cornerbacks that was rated in the, I want to say, top 100. Sharon Thompson, he went to Vanderbilt. He played corner in the SEC. Batman played corner in the SEC. We had a linebacker go to Minnesota. I'm counting D1 as double A's too, because we had a bunch go to Arkansas State, Alabama A&M, You know, myself and Tutu, we came to UAB. My other wide receiver went to Troy, Jamal Smith.
I remember. That's great.
We had them all over, man. Morehouse, Morris Brown.
The whole team went to college, Chico.
we couldn't win state, man. You know.
Y'all had to win state with that. Damn, who y'all played against? A college team?
My junior year of high school was probably the best year that I thought we could have won.
Yeah, that
team was loaded. I tore my ACL first round of playoffs, and I kept playing on it. We won. We ended up winning like 35-0 against South Cobb. But then the next year we played Parkview. What's the pitcher from the Braves? He played with the Cubs. Jeff Francoeur.
Oh, Jeff Francoeur.
Jeff Francoeur. He lit us up, and then Jamal had to come in and play quarterback.
Yeah.
Then my senior year, we just couldn't get it done, man.
I remember seeing your highlight tape back in the day, man. Like, damn, this man throwing the ball all over the damn field.
Roddy said we played against some scrubs, and then we tried to compare like highlight tapes, right? But I'm telling him, I'm watching his highlight tape. DB playing 18 yards off him.
They're supposed to be
18 yards off him. Like I could throw a hitch all day, but he playing against. Have you ever seen a white corner in the NFL? You only see one. That's Jason Sehorn.
Right.
He playing against white corners, and we ain't seeing that in the next level. So,
Cap,
you play. He played against some black corners too, but
listen, I told him right when we got the UAB right, he was showing me all the highlights here, him, Tutu, everybody, right?
That was the thing back then.
So they see mine, and everybody want to judge mine, right? They like, ain't no way, man. You ain't playing against nobody. You ain't doing it. I'm
Chico,
like, I just make him look like nobody.
I gave him his props, but Chico, when you see a DB, I saw one player DB playing 18 yards off,
and he should have been.
They got beat on the go route. Ain't no way, man.
I was about to say, what did you throw a hit? You threw a goal?
They threw a go route on this guy. He played 18 yards off.
Let me explain to him what I said. I said, we can compare and contrast all you want. I told him, I said, I'm going to be the best wide receiver you ever threw a football to.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he said that.
When we get out on this field.
Now, granted, we got there right. I wasn't the only person throwing the balls to Tutu, so I was kind of frustrated with him with the drops that he had at UAB. You know, we came in it together before I even knew Roddy. Me and Tutu was already had that bun. Yep. So I'm frustrated with him because even when I don't throw the ball, Thomas throw the ball, he got the dropsies, and it could be just a nervous thing or something, but he just didn't pan out. And you know, and Roddy did tell me because I still didn't care. Freshman year, I still was riding with Tutu. I was Tutu this, Tutu that, Jamal this, Jamal that. Because
he didn't want to throw me the ball either. He had practice.
That's all I knew, you know. So Roddy ended up starting freshman year. I redshirted, and I saw his work ethic. I compared it. I saw Tutu work ethic. It was there, but then you look at the classroom. Is Tutu gonna make it? You know, and you know Tutu just didn't make it, didn't pan out, and you know Roddy lived up to what he said. He gonna be the best guy I ever threw the ball to.
Right
now, Willie Quinney may have something to say about it. God bless the dead.
God bless my
Willie
dog.
Quinney said the same thing.
I ain't gonna lie, Willie was cold. Now Willie was cold.
That was my dog.
Willie said, "Hey, I'm gonna be the best person you ever threw the ball to." So I got two of the best receivers. They both went to the NFL. Roddy had the more successful career. But if you wanted to compete with Willie, he's one of those guys. He would go all day with you, compete
all day.
All day. He'll compete now.
And he ain't gonna get tired.
Nah.
Right. Listen, I watched Willie Quinney almost touch the power line. You know how high that power line was? It was outside our locker room.
Yes,
yeah.
They almost.
I watched that man almost touch the pylon off a vertical jump. I ain't never seen nobody, still to this day, Chico, I never seen nobody jump that high in my life.
I don't think you'll ever see another person jump that high, because I tell you, when you compete with Willie, something comes out of him.
Yeah.
It was just natural to him, and
hey, God bless the dead. I gotta tell a story about Willie, because that was my roommate on the roads.
Yep.
That was my roommate on the road, right? So I'm on the road, right? We get ready to play Florida, right? There's no doubt. There's no lie on everything. We about to play Florida.
You know what time it is.
Man, listen. I'm in the bed sleep. Bro, it's about 7 o'clock in the morning. He up. Right? I'm asleep. I'm like, man, what's going on? Man, I smell something coming. I said, man, I know this ain't what I think it is. Man, I wake up. This nigga bust out the bathroom. Rod, I'm finna kill these niggas today, Rod. I'm finna go off on these niggas today.
Hype. After he just heard one.
Willie, I said, man, you smoking? Hell yeah, Rod. He said, shit, when I hit this blood, dog, that game slow down for your boy. That game slow down for your boy. I was like, I said, this nigga about to go play football high.
Yes. Hey.
I said, hey, I called Brown the next week. I said, Brown, you gotta get me out of this room.
Hey, Rod, hey man. So let me ask you this. All right. I'm not gonna ask you, well, because we had a similar situation too. When you went to Brown, did Brown already knew what time it was, or how did he
already knew what time it was?
I already knew. Brown knew who was smoking, all that. Because how you think y'all boys kept playing the games and then get suspended? So
let me tell you real quick about that. They had to know, and the more I lived, I found out they knew. And then it wasn't just isolated for a UAB football team. That's across the board. A lot of people smoke weed, and Roddy can probably vouch on that in the NFL as far as people smoking. But my first, as a freshman at UAB, our first meeting, very first meeting. We in there in the meeting room, and we're coming out. And after the meeting is over, we're like, everybody's going back to the dorms or whatever. So I want to be a big dog. I want to jump in with one of the seniors, in one of the cars and catch a ride back to the dorm with one of the seniors. For some reason, I don't know why, either I chose Big Eddie Freeman or he chose me. And I jumped in with Big Eddie Freeman. I don't know where Big Eddie Freeman is now. Shout out to him, but Big Free, he was the star defensive tackle, the kind of like the face of UAB, one of them at least, him, Brian Thomas on that defense that was highly ranked in college football. But I jumped in with Eddie Freeman, who ended up being drafted, and I had never seen so many roaches in the ashtray. I've never seen somebody looking like they were asking to get arrested and kicked off a team. I get into his car, and I can't get out at this point after I see everything in the ashtray. I'm like, oh, damn. He fires up a blunt before we leave the coach's parking lot. I said, hey, man, I'm getting nervous. Hey, man, you gonna get us? I said what you told me one time, Roddy. You gonna get us caught, man. What you doing? And he pulled off. Nobody said nothing to him. He spoke. Let alone, I never got back in the car with Eddie Freeman again. But he was one of those guys who performed under the influence, so to speak, right?
Chico, listen, I was in that same ride. That same ride you
were
were
in the back seat?
No, then he got me one day too.
Oh, you was in the same car? Yeah, that Mitsubishi.
Hey, yep. Hey, come on. Ride with me, young fella. Ride with me. With me. Man, I'm in that car. I don't think that man looked at the road twice. Listen, I don't think he's smoking like this. The whole time. He like this.
The whole time I was scared. I knew he was gonna hit some. I knew the police was gonna get us to smoking. Dog.
Bruh, that E free, baby. That E free, baby.
Over for me. But then again, now let's go ahead and keep it going. Our freshman year again, we in a game. Shouts out to the QB. Hey man, we old now, man. We can talk about this, guys. Y'all old.
Yeah.
We in the game, dog. My freshman year, I'm having a good game. I think it was my first start. I think it was South Florida, somewhere down there. But Jeff Aaron, he was kind of like, you got to have a connection with the quarterback, just like Hack telling you. So for some reason, Jeff Aaron took a liking to me. So he was like, all right, Big Cheek. Hey, I'm going to come to you on this one. So he'll tell me before the play. So one time we went in and the play came in and Jeff was like, and this is why I found out that he was burning before the games. Jeff was like, shit, what play is that? We was in the huddle. He was like, what play is that? And I looked around like, shit, you the senior, you should know. Like, that's what I said. The quarterback can't smoke now. Everybody else, y'all can smoke. We can smoke. Quarterback from now on. Our teams cannot smoke.
Listen, but we had some characters on that team, though.
Characters, man. We went to Florida State. We went to Florida State, and when we got off the bus to go to the hotel, I noticed half the damn team going another way, while the other team, everybody else going to their room regular. So I'm like, where Willie Quinney and them going? Where Eddie Freeman and them going? They all of them going together. Where they going? This is when I found out that all the smokers go over here and do their thing and get right.
Hey, listen, man. I'm trying to tell you, man, we had some characters.
Some characters, man.
Boy can play football, though. Boy can play some football.
Definitely, man. I'll tell you another one we had Brian Thomas, who got drafted by the Jets. I think he went 22nd to the Jets. But I came in as a defensive end, tight end, right? So for some reason, I never played it down on defense at UAB, even at practice. But I remember blocking Brian Thomas my first practice and thinking, oh, I could do this. I could block him, right? And I kind of talked smack to him. I said something to him. Man, the next play, this dude hit me with a club. And he said, you too light in the ass, boy. I said, that's a real man right there, dog. That's
a real man out there, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
My freshman year, bro, I walked in the wide receiver room. Now you imagine now, I'm just coming out of high school. I walked in there, I'm like, damn, man, I might not get on the field. I'm looking at all these dudes, man. All of them were big as hell. Man, we had Travis. We had Laurent.
Little.
Borders. Man, we had Black. We had TJ Simmons. Man, we had a bunch of 6'2", 6'3" big dudes in there.
Oh.
I said, I ain't finna play out here, man. They done brought me in here with all these dudes, man. I can't. Man, listen. I was watching these dudes before they got the running around and stuff. Man, if you looked out there, man, there's some pretty dudes out there playing wide receiver, man.
Dog. Huge. LeRon Little was like 6'4.5", big wide receiver, man. Just, everybody they had something, but honestly, from my observation, everybody had this, had that. Maybe he was big, but not really on the hand side. Maybe he was big, but really couldn't run the routes. But you came in and you had everything, dog. It was just that freshman year, they had to get you, like Hack said, to be consistent. Because you would make a play here, and then it was kind of like you would just kind of take it off, and boom, you get a drop. But it was almost like you would see that if he would have just concentrated, he would have made that catch. You could tell that he didn't drop it because he can't catch. It was that he was playing around. It's just the immaturity until it comes about. How did that? When did you finally learn or catch the stride to say, you know what, I got to take this serious, dog, because shoot, I got a chance.
Really going into my junior year. I mean, other than that, man, I ain't gonna lie, I wasn't even preparing for games like that. You know what I'm saying? It's like I knew I was gonna get in, and I was gonna have these certain plays that Brown was gonna call, and these are the plays I know I had to make. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But outside of that, it wasn't really like. That's why I say my sophomore year, I went in there. I was like, man, I need to get myself prepared for these games, so I need to know that you're gonna be calling plays to get me the ball. You know what I'm saying? Because other than that, I get lost in the shuffle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A lot of times I was getting lost in the shuffle because first quarter I ain't caught no ball. I'm like, man, what the hell going on? I'm just out here, I'm blocking, I'm just running around. And then boom, they call my number, throw me the ball. I end up dropping it. You know what I'm saying? Like that. So my concentration wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? Because I wasn't preparing for the game like I was going to be the guy. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, Willie out here. We going to throw a bunch of balls at Willie. And shit, he going to make a bunch of plays. And then I get my 1 or 2 catches and go home. That's how I was thinking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But instead of preparing like, man, we gonna play 60 plays, they gonna throw me 10 of these things. Let me get busy. You know what I'm saying? So my whole mentality changed. Going into my junior year, I was just working. I was like, bro, I can't keep having these subpar years, man. I'm trying to go to the league. You know what I'm saying? So after that, I just locked in and was like, man, I'm all in. Whatever y'all want me to do, I'm out here.
Definitely. You definitely locked in and started going slap off out there. Big Jew, from your point of view, man, what did you see and that made you want to come to UAB before even stepping foot on campus?
Shit, that 2009.
Talk about that.
Wait, hold on. Hey, check it out. So I'm gonna tell you, right? So my first story, like ever me, Roddy, right? We had the team meeting, right? And Roddy was not there yet. So I'm brand new to the team. Coach is like, yeah, we holding the meeting for one person. And I'm sitting next to Big Smooth, Be Cool. Yep. I said, man, who the fuck we waiting on? Be Cool, like, don't worry. You will see when he come in the building. I said,
oh, yeah.
I was like, what nigga we waiting on? You know what I mean? Like, why we can't start the team meeting? Coach is like, he 5 minutes out. He on the way. This man walk in with a tank top and some sunglasses on. Tell me, yeah, I'm here now. Start the meeting. Start the meeting. I say, wait a minute, who was this? I said, who was this nigga, man? Like, who is this?
So, you know where I got that shit from, right?
Where you get that from?
E-Free.
Impact.
E-Free coming in with that button up. You know, you got that button up wide open with that TikTok with them glasses.
Exactly. And here coming up with my hands going. Everybody used to like this.
So you know, Chico, I came from junior college. You know what I mean? So, I was going to go to Mississippi State. You know what I mean? And then Brian, Brian, my O-line coach, right? He came in and talked to me. He was like, "Hey, I'm gonna tell you this. You know, you rather go to Mississippi State or you rather be a big fish. You know what I mean? In a little pond. You feel what I'm saying?" So I'm like, man, I don't know, man. I might go to Mississippi State, but then I thought about it. I'm like, man, I want to get the hell out of the state of Mississippi. I gotta go. You know what I mean? So then he was like, yeah, you know, we actually give the kids, the students, like $1,009 a month. I said, you give them what? I said $1,009 a month. Well, I'm thinking in my head, but I can send a couple dollars on the mama. You know what I mean? Like, boy, I'm going to UAB, boy. Then I told him, I said, but listen, if I can't stay with the quarterback, I'm not going. You feel what I'm saying? Like, he like, don't worry, we'll make it happen.
You already felt like you knew the importance of having that relationship with the quarterback.
Man, I already knew it, man. You know what I mean? I was like, man, I got to come in here. You know what I mean? I got to make sure I work, you know what I mean? And get my mama, you know what I mean? Somewhere where she need to go, man. But when I heard that $1,009, I said, oh, boy, I got to go.
Let me tell you about that. I'm going to touch on this real quick. When they was recruiting me, right, you know, we can talk. Everybody had offers to go other places and stuff. But UAB wanted me to play tight end. And other places wanted me to play defense. So I was like, you know, I still want to catch the ball. Then Coach Pugh came in, who had previously coached at my high school. So I knew Coach Pugh. He knew of me. He coached my sister in track. My sister ended up going to UAB like a few years before I did. So I was kind of familiar with UAB. But Pugh came in and said, hey, and your mama ain't got to worry about nothing. We're going to give you $1,000 a month. I was like, oh. No other school said nothing like that. Nothing like that, right, Hack?
Nothing like that. Pew recruited me too now.
Yeah. And you know he's smooth as the other side. He's smooth. What? That boy smooth as Chinese silk, like Montreal.
And then I'm thinking this $1,000 gonna be like under the table money. But then they was like, no, this part of your scholarship. I was like, ain't no other school said this. So you know, that enticed me to come to UAB too now.
But it's a catch that come with it.
It is. You had to pay your rent.
You gotta pay rent.
You gotta pay your own rent with the money.
Hey, Chico, I'm gonna tell you.
Part of the school, so you gotta pay $1,000 and pay the rent with. So wait, hold up. How much is rent? It's like $978. Like, oh hell no.
Yeah.
You just scammed me.
They scammed the hell out of us.
Hey Chico, I'm gonna tell you how I did Hack one time, right? I gave Hack like $400, right? I think what Rick was like $420 or something like that.
At the time, it was just me, you, and Roddy staying together. So I think rent was like $420 a piece or something like that.
Chico,
So I go collect the
$400.
money. He gonna dap me up to myself. Hey, don't count my money. I heard the county right there in front of him. I knew he was short. Hey, but those were some good times, man.
Boy, them rent days, man. Oh my God.
Hack that collected more NIL money from UAB than anybody around here.
Anybody.
You say Hack?
I ain't trying to get nobody. Listen, I ain't trying.
It's over with now.
I said, man, how this man collect the money? Man, we ain't even got no money. No money.
I got a call one day. No, so I was staying with Tutu off campus. This is how I first knew that they be paying Jeff, E-Free, all them, right?
What?
So I'm staying off campus, and Tutu, he flunks out. It's me and him staying off campus together. I got a 2-bedroom upstairs, downstairs. So this is before Drew moved in with me. And I said, Coach, I can't pay the whole rent by myself.
Yeah.
Then somebody told me to call Tuffy.
Yeah.
Tuffy say, give me a minute. You know how he be. Let me call him right now. So he called me back. He was like, go meet such and such.
Yeah.
So I went and meet such and such. Got that handshake. Boom. Paid my rent. So he said, how much you need? I was supposed to tell him just Tutu's half.
Yeah.
I need $1,500.
You feel me?
He said, how long you need it? Shit, until my lease up. So I was, that's how I was able to take the old line, have them eat every Thursday at my place and stuff like that. I used it for some good. I didn't just go to the club and spend the money. I used it on the wide receivers, the linemen, But
he did take old Charlie one time.
I took everybody to old Charlie's one time.
Yeah.
And those were some good times, man.
That's what's up, man. NIL been around, guys. If y'all don't know, NIL been around.
Hey, they're gonna take our bowl appearance away. What can they do? NCAA still owe me money right now. I believe NCAA still owe me money.
Hey, Chico, I'm gonna tell you something too though. Tuffy was a goon, man. So I transferred junior college early, so I had to finish in Birmingham. So I went to a junior college in Birmingham. Right? Tuffy like, just show up to the class. You okay, Julius? You ain't got you don't gotta do too much. Just show up. So every day I go to class, I ain't doing nothing. You know what I mean? Like
showing up.
So up. Hey, so I come to Tuffy. I say, hey, Tuffy, man, the teacher said, hey, I got an F. He's like, hey, don't worry about it, Julius. I said, oh, bro, I want to play. You know what I mean? So I got to graduate, to get on to UAB.
Yeah. Man,
listen, Tuffy would have met with that lady. I don't know what he said to that lady. But I walked down there and said, come on, you graduated. Let's go.
Hey, but Chico, we had some teammates who got that 1,009 and never paid rent now.
Oh yes, I know. Trust me. I think
what's the running back that tried to build a car? Bo Moncourt.
Oh, not the Bo Moncourt.
He tried to build his own. He tried to build a car from
scratch.
Yeah.
In college, bro. This can wait till after you get done. Dog. You trying to build a car?
Man, that man right so funny, man. He was cold though. He could run that.
I'll tell you a quick story about Bo. But yeah, Bo was cold-blooded. I'm trying to think. I know I was in Europe playing ball, and Bo contacted me somehow. Bo ended up playing ball in Europe. I forget what country, but he's like one of their, he's like, Emmitt Smith of some country out there in Europe, dog.
Wow.
He was the man out there. I was gonna go play for one of his teams, but he ended up coming up to my league and taking over to, he was the man out there. Bo ended up doing this thing out there. He could be still in Europe somewhere or down in Miami. Who knows? But shout out to Bo, who did this. Also, I wanted to mention another guy who I'm scheduled to have on here as a college grade also, but he was our coach. I think for 1 or 2 years, it felt like for all 4 years with the impact he had on us. And I called him Michael Vick before Michael Vick played quarterback at Clemson. And that was our coach, Richard Moncrief. And he was the wide receiver coach for us. I think, what was that, our sophomore year, Roddy? Or our freshman year? Freshman. And it had to be sophomore too, right?
Yes. Yeah. I think Coach Bivens came in right after that.
Yeah. Shout out to Coach Bivens too. But Moncrief, man, great coach. He was the one who took me when Coach Brown was trying to make me like a tight end or a wide receiver, or a tight end or a fullback. And Coach Moncrief, who coached in Montgomery, who coached against the rival school I coached, played against. He coached Tavares Jackson, RIP to him, and at Lanier, and he coached Primo. So he knew about me. He said, "Man, come out here and play wide receiver, dog. I know you ain't gonna be able to run like Quinny and Roddy, but your ass can catch. Come out here and play wide receiver." So I went out there and played wide receiver with him. Never playing wide receiver before in my life. And shout out to him. No, I appreciate him. Let me know some things, man, y'all learned from Moncrief, or just some things y'all remember from back.
For me, I ain't even gonna lie, man. Man, listen, he introduced me to the wide receiver position for real and learning how to play it. Like, even to the day, I still got a close relationship with Coach Moncrief, and he coached down there at Clark, Atlanta, man. And he introduced me and showed me how to actually play the position. Because coming out of high school, I was just a really good athlete. You know what I'm saying? But, man, that man used to have us in there watching tape of Jerry Rice and T.O. and Marvin Harrison and all them boys, man. We used to just teach tape, teaching film, how to run routes, man, laying out cones, laying out steps, learning how to create windows, when you should be in the window, when you shouldn't be in the window, man. Listen, most of my knowledge from a wide receiver aspect, you know what I'm saying, my foundation of how I was built, that man actually built it. Like, he built me from just an athletic guy to a guy that could go out there and beat press coverage, learning little techniques and stuff like that taught me within routes, to win on, man. Coach Moncrief could really coach some football, bro. I mean, that man should be in the league coaching, to be honest with you.
He should be on somebody's staff or a head coach at some college somewhere, dog. Because like you say, I learned so much from him, wide receiver position and life in itself. So shout out to Coach Richard Moncrief. What were you gonna say, Hack?
Yeah, I second everything Roddy said, man. Moncrief is first, he's a leader. He's a motivator of men. He can motivate you, man. Like, you having a bad game, he know the right words to say to turn things around. All you need is that one catch. All you need is that one completion. I still talk to Moncrief to this day, but he's a motivator. He still coaches quarterbacks. And, if I wasn't getting the right information from my great quarterback coach, Pat Sullivan, rest in peace, Moncrief was right there. Anything you need, QB, that's what he said. QB, anything you need, come tell me. Come tell me. Reach out to me.
Yeah.
Because, Moncrief could relate to us.
Yep.
Some of the coaches couldn't relate to our upbringing and what we've been through, because he's been through what we've been through. He played at Clemson, and he played up under coaches that wasn't his skin color and knew how to react to things. Some coaches, they're hesitant to talk to black kids a certain way.
Yep.
So you knew you can always go to Moncrief, and he was going to be that support system that you needed to get through the day, get through the game. I appreciate him to this day.
Hey, I just thought about something when you were saying that, man. I think he might have been the first hip-hop coach I had. Like a hip-hop coach.
Man, Moncrief one of the coolest, man. He one of the coolest dudes you ever be around in your life, man.
Yeah.
Terms he said in that meeting room, dog, I still use to this day when referring to like Jerry Rice. He called him, that's Jesus in cleats.
Jesus and gold fingers.
Gold.
and grip, rest in peace. We got a lot of fallen teammates. But Grip always used to speak on gold fingers. Him and Moncrief used to talk about it. Man, the wide receiver room was lit. That's why I hung with them boys,
I'm trying.
Shouts out to all them boys, man. Like all the ones you named earlier, all the ones that came in our class. Shout out to them. Everybody we competed against, and all of our closest friends, man. Shout out to them. Right now, I know we got some of the guys checking in, listening in. If you guys listening in, you UAB fans, Atlanta Falcons fans, whatever, y'all make sure y'all share this thing, like this thing, get in the comments, leave a question. We got our we got B Reg up in here, running register, UAB, and also wasn't he one of y'all roommates too?
Yeah, that's my roommate.
Oh, yeah, that was your roommate, and then big Sam Willie up in here. Sam Willie been coaching at Tennessee Tech for the last since we got out of school.
Yeah. 15, 16 years now.
What a career, dog. What a career.
Sam say Bean spilling at his finest.
Yeah, I saw it.
Listen, I ain't say no names, you know.
Oh, you
don't nobody know who Tough is. Hey.
We grow, man. Hey, any speaking of some coaches that we had, man, some legendary coaches that we had. We got another one. Y'all probably got a story on this one too. Shouts out to my coach, Woodrow Lowe. Shouts out to coach. Any coach Lowe.
That man stories right there.
boy, listen. Wait.
Hey, Chico, I gotta check out for a second. I'll be back.
Go ahead. I'm not gonna hold y'all too much longer. I only was supposed to be on here for an hour, but we didn't got to talk about. I appreciate you guys. Go ahead, Roddy, on Coach Lowe.
Man, Woodrow Lowe, man, that's the man. That coach right there, man. I love that man, dog. That man really know how to coach. Not only that, he can, since he played at such a high level.
Yeah,
you gotta listen to everything he tell you. Everything he tell you. Right. I used to hear some of the stories and stuff like that. And you know me, he a defensive guy. So when I used to catch the ball and run and be talking shit to the defense, he's like, boy, you got so lucky you ain't play when I play. I said, man, Low, man, you ain't but what, 210 pounds right now, man? I knock you out. He said, boy, you leaving a body bag.
He be dead serious too, right?
Yeah, he be dead serious. No smile, nothing.
No smile. He said once, I don't know why I just share this, but he said once he had to use the bathroom in the game. And he said, what I'm coming off the field for? I use the bathroom right there in my pants. Hell, they gonna wash the jersey and the pants after the game. What you do, coach? Number 1 or number 2? Number 2. What you think? This man
I believe that.
On the field.
He ain't coming out that game.
He ain't coming out the game. He used the bathroom on the field in his jersey, dog. Lord have mercy. Shouts out to Coach Lowe and all of our coaches, man, who had an impact, made an impact on all of us. I know we could talk on this for hours, Roddy. We can keep going for hours. I wanted to bring this up too. You went to you say you're in North Atlanta right now. If you're still in the same place, you know we're not gonna call a name, but if you're still in the same place, I was able to come up there and visit. I don't remember the year, but shout out to the fam. Shout out to RIP, your younger brother, my guy Slick, your cousin Ali.
Yeah.
I come up there, man, one time, and shouts out to RIP Reese. Also, I met them up there, Young King and them. Yep. Shouts out to them. But you gave me another start indirectly. Because I don't think you were at the house. I think you came by, whatever, but I don't think you was at the house the time we was there. Because I ended up, because, I was doing music videos and stuff for artists and trying to help them, and then I meet them at your house. They said they're rappers. Oh, okay, yeah, cool. They got a little look to them too and said, yeah, Roddy going to put us on. You were doing music. You were doing promotions too. Because they had me with the Roddy.
I was trying to help them young dudes out because, all them dudes used to be a clique together. Like my brother Reese, King, Reese, King got 2 other brothers. Then one of them I call Crook. He passed away too. God bless the dead. Mm-hmm. And then who else was it, man? They had another Don. So it was this clique of dudes that was from the time my brother got there, my young brother when he was living with me. Them Chico, them niggas running in and out of my house like they lit up.
Like it was theirs. I thought it was theirs. That's why I said,
listen, they take my cars, everything, bro. Yo, So I'm literally raising like 5 dudes in my house at this time. They were all teenagers, man. You know, and that was probably one of the most good times or happy times, you know what I'm saying, that I had to be a part of, just seeing them little dudes grow into men. You know what I'm saying? It was a special moment to just watch them hustle and grind, you know what I'm saying? And me buying all this equipment. Hey, Rod, we need some cameras. What kind of cameras y'all need? Man, going there and find camera worth $2,000-$3,000. I'm out there buying these $2,000-$3,000 cameras so they can shoot these videos and stuff like that. Man, it was just crazy, man, watching them, you know, grow up and just pursue, you know, some of their dreams, man.
Yeah, man. And like I said, that helped me out too, because I was there, and I don't know, I guess we were talking about the stuff, and then two of the cameras that you were talking about. Yeah, we got these cameras. And I think I had like a, you know, probably the 10-year older version of those cameras on me. So I'm like, oh, y'all got these? Ali was like, yeah, Roddy bought these for us. We can shoot with this. If you the director, then you should know how to use it. I'm like, all right. So
Chico, them niggas made me buy cameras. They ain't even know how to use them.
Nobody knew how to use them. They were just sitting there. I'm like, so who the director? Shoot, you the director now. Okay, all right, bet. So I said, all right, listen, I got to take this back home and learn how to use this, dog. I don't know what to do with it. So Ali said, listen, man, you could take it home, but I think he said, like, you got to come back up here in a couple weeks or whatever. My goal was to go home, film. So I'm dead broke at the time. My goal, Big Jew, I'm dead broke, Big Jew. My goal was to go home, film some videos, make it back up there in a couple weeks, and film it for them. I was gonna go home, hustle with this camera that nobody got in my small town. You know what I'm saying? I was gonna go home and hustle with this camera, make me a couple $100, go back up there and do these things. Lord, I took that camera home, man. Them folks looked at me like I had an alien in my hand. We don't want to shoot with this. Like, damn, come on. I was trying to hustle. Nobody wanted to shoot the video, dog, and things just eventually those cameras became digital cameras, and then phones, and then those cameras just started. I got some right here. It's just I haven't touched in years.
Yeah,
you know. So that shows you how the game evolved.
Same quality from your phone, so that's what people using now. It's crazy.
Exactly, man. So, but shoot. Long story short, though, man. You've indirectly helped a lot of us, you know, just by your hard work, your success, and doing your thing, man. Shouts out to you. Shouts out to your fam. You just had a new young son, right?
Yeah, man. He upstairs, man. He better be asleep right now. He's 6 months, man.
6 months. That's number 5 for you.
6.
That's 6. That was number 6. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
so
we done.
Shouts out to the wifey and the whole family, man. Go ahead, give your shouts out. Anybody want to shout out? Matter of fact, Jew, you go ahead. Jew, you go first. Give any shout outs you want to give shout outs to, man.
Man, first, man, I like to shout you out, Chico, man. You doing big things, man. You know, I do follow the podcast, man. You know, every time you post something, you know, about Colorado, I'll be on it. You know what I mean? I like it. First off, you know, I like to shout out Rod also, man. You know, Rod always, man, since I came to UAB, man, he been a big brother to me. You know, probably the only dude, you know what I mean, honestly, you know, who's gonna always, you know, tell me the truth. He ain't gonna sugarcoat nothing when it come to me. You know, just my teammates, man. You know what I mean? You know, my cousin Fade Wash, you know what I mean? Like he played a big part of me, like a big part of my life also, man. And
time out. I remember that now. Since you brought that up, I remember Fabian Washington, knowing his name because of you. He went on to play with the Raiders. Then he comes from where he came from, not Nebraska. Nebraska.
Yeah.
Shout out to Fabian Washington, man. I became a fan of yours because of cuz right there, Big Jew. Go ahead.
Yeah, man, just the family, man, back at the crib, man. Mom's dude, you know what I mean? I appreciate everybody, man, you know, but you know, this dude, man, that you got on here tonight, man, you know, I'm talking about this 20 plus years of friendship, man. You know, you can't find another one like it. You know what I mean? I appreciate him for everything.
For sure. Roddy, before I get off, like I said, I was taking you home or taking you back to the hotel during your Pro Bowl time. And at this point, I'm not really familiar with the island, but they say, hey, yeah, drop Roddy off. I don't know who told me to or what happened, how you ended up in the car with me, but you ended up getting in the car and almost about as soon as you got in, you balled up, and because you know y'all had been partying, so you balled up.
Went straight to sleep.
And I'm like the designated driver. I never drove, this far on the island, but man, you talking about nervous, dog. I'm like, this man got to play in the game. I'm like this the whole time.
Listen, Chico, I ain't gonna lie to you. I was knocked out. I wasn't gonna get about 10 snaps that next day in that game, bro.
Right.
I walked in the locker room, right? And I thought I was gonna be the only like, still smelling like alcohol. Oh, man, no. Every dude that walked in there, I said, boy, we all playing drunk today, huh?
Yeah.
And you got 3 quarters to sub up because the game don't start till the 4th quarter for real.
Right.
Hey, Chico, I got one funny story before we leave, dog. Funny story, dog. When we was in the Hawaii Bowl, right? Watson Brown had the meeting. Remember, he said, anybody late for curfew, you would not play in the game.
Oh, they told this early. I guess you
they told it. Hey, Chico, when I tell you, I knew something. Hey, you know how you got that feeling in you, bro? They waited to the last minute, too, because of him right there on this old podcast. Man, we good. We can make it back. We 15 minutes away. Yeah. Chico, we get out there, boy. That scooter would not start that thing. I said, oh, man, I'm in trouble. I said, oh, man. They done hit it on me. Big boy, we'll see you. We got to make it for curfew. Chico, boy, that thing finally fired up. Chico, I see him at the red light. They stop. I go straight through the red light.
Chico. Hey, Chico, we took over that island, though, for that Wheatwood day.
I would have paid to see that. Because you know what Chico would do. Listen, everybody listening out there, I was a different person back then. You know what I'm saying? Chico, I missed the trip to Pearl Harbor to see the memorial. Did you guys go to that?
Yeah.
I missed that, Roddy.
Man, come on, man.
I missed it, dog. I remember Coach Sullivan was so disappointed in me. But then again, my little thing was, that was my red shirt year.
Yeah.
So that was the year I was scout teaming it and getting everybody ready. So, and then matter of fact, the first practice at the Aloha Stadium, I'm out there playing around. We were in wide receiver drills. I catch a pass right in front of Coach Brown, Watson Brown. I catch a pass and I'm about to talk smack to him, but I catch it and I was going to take the ball behind my back, like this. But I take it, I put it behind and I drop it. So it slides down my backside, down my leg, and I step on the ball and twist my ankle right in front of him. Looked at me. He looked at me like, that's what your dumb ass get, right? So I didn't really practice the rest of the time. So I was like, I remember telling myself, shoot, I just got a free vacation in. I don't have to game. I don't have to practice. I'm just out here. So for the first time, I drunk a 40 ounce because we saw a 40 in the stores. Somebody convinced me to get a 40 ounce like I'm on Menace to Society. I drunk 40 ounce, Roddy, man. I did not leave that hotel room, dog. I woke up, they said, them boys at the Pearl Harbor.
No, you had the old English?
I don't know what
he had to. He had to have that OE.
But I was hoping Hat come back on because if you look on my Instagram, I still got some of the old footage. I should have brought it up. I still got some of the old footage from when we was in the hotel room and Hack on there talking smack. You can tell he had been drinking some of that 42.
Man, listen, man. Some of the time, Chico, I be checking out all the old footage, the old videos you have on, man. And you just look like kids out there, man. We were baby.
Bro, I wonder why you don't have none of the footage of you and Scrap going at it, dog.
Oh my God.
No, that was epic. There was some epic battles.
People don't realize, man. I was YouTubing before YouTubing. I was Instagramming.
Yeah, you were.
Instagramming, dog, for real,
bro.
I had the camera around my neck, a lot of that experience. But shout out to John Cook, Lord have mercy. We used to go at it. John Cook made a video about me after I roasted him on the bus one time. He came back with the ultimate trump card and made a video, actual production. On a VHS tape about me, shout out to Trey Chaney. Remember Trey was on?
Yep. Bro, listen, dog, there was some epic battles on that bus.
This man came to my house and sat on my car and filmed the video, man. About those were the days, man. Those were the days, dog.
Oh man,
yeah, man. But all in all, this right now, what I'm trying to do is present this college great series where we talk to some college greats on here and just get some insights on them and talk about some old times so that they can just, relive those things. People can see them in a different light. So, Drew, you might have to reach out to your cuz for me. Get Fabian on here. Roddy,
Man, I will.
I remember meeting Peter Warwick at.
I can reach out to Pete for you too.
Yeah, I remember meeting him at you guys' place. I think he was rehabbing in Birmingham for something. And I remember that was probably the first time I remember being starstruck, walking into a place and I'm seeing Peter Deep, dog. This is Peter Warwick, dog.
Man,
sitting on the couch in y'all apartment.
Yep.
I think I said 2 words to him, and that was it. I'm just sitting there. Look, that's Peter Warwick for real, man.
Yep.
You won't believe the first words Primo said about dog.
I'll tell you right now. I bet you it was something like, "I can lock you up." Are you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I told him, man, he said that stop line. Man, that Pete up now. That Pete.
It's Peter Warwick, dog. It's Peter Warwick. What you gonna do with Peter D?
Man, nothing. He wasn't gonna do nothing with it.
Man. Any last words though, Roddy, man? Give some shout outs.
Man, I mean, I appreciate you, Chico, man, for having me on, man. You know what I'm saying? Man, I just appreciate everybody that's, that I've been able to be friends with, all my college, teammates, my pro teammates. Appreciate all y'all, man, for y'all support and love, man. Appreciate my mom, nigga. Without her, none of this would be even possible. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate her, man. Just appreciate my whole family for always supporting me, man, and everything that I do, man.
For sure. Shout out to the whole 843, the whole White family. Mama White, I remember meeting you back in the day. Much love to you and your spirit and grandma, right? Grandma.
Yeah, both of my grandmas passed away, man.
Oh man, unbelievable. Yeah. Hard to hear that. And also much love to my last living grandfather. I just got the news I just got the news this morning. My dad had just passed away. So, peace and blessings and prayers up for my fam back home too, and dealing with that. And but yeah, I was gonna say, man, I remember your grandmother coming and my mom sitting there with them, and I remember my mama asking me after the game, that was number 10 Roddy family, right? Like, yeah, she said they yell more than I do.
Listen, that was my number one support system, man. I mean, throughout my whole entire life, man. Even with me and my kids and everything, man, they took care of us, man. They really did, man. To a whole nother level, man. That was really, man, because I know I couldn't have done it by myself. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times when people don't have that type of support system, you don't know how much, that matters in your kid's life, and their growth and development and stuff like that, man. And to have that much knowledge and much understanding and much love, that you could pass on and give to the people that you love the most, man, was amazing, man. I appreciate them, so much for that. And I just loved them to death, man. The time that they was here, man, it was just amazing. I'm glad I had an opportunity to just do some of the things that I was capable of doing, for them. To speak about that Hawaii trip, that was the very first time my great grandmama had ever left James Island, bro. She ain't never been like no places, no nothing. And the very first vacation she got on was straight to Hawaii, man. I remember like it was yesterday. She came into my room and my mama had texted me, was like, "Your grandma coming up there." I was like, "What?" He was like, "Yeah." She was like, "She want to talk to you." So at this time, I'm thinking, damn, I done fucked up. I'm in trouble like a motherfucker. Like, what the fuck did I do? I'm trying to think about all the stuff that I ain't did in my mind. You know what I'm saying? That she might hop on my ass for. And she got to the door. I opened the door. I'm like, "Grandma." I hugged her. I said, "Granny, what's up?" I said, "How you doing? Like, you having a good time? Like, what you need? You need a bigger room? You need what you need? Whatever you need, I got you." You know what I'm saying? And she just looked at me and started crying. And she was like, "Thank you so much. I used to always pray to God that we have these blessings and things have changed for our family. And it took a long time, but Roddy, you the blessing." Man, me and her just sat in the room. I'm just bawling, Chico, like just crying. I was like, "Grandma, I got y'all. Whatever." You know what I'm saying? From this point on, I'm gonna make sure everybody around here okay. And she was, "I just thank you, man. You just don't know how much this mean to me." And I was like, I'm gonna do everything I can for my family. And man, since that conversation, man, that's how I always was. You know what I'm saying? But that was a real touching moment for me because, boy, I thought I was in trouble, Chico. I'm over that thing nervous like I'm 8 years old.
Right. You call you in the room like, oh, damn, what I did. But I know that really propelled you to continue on in your career. That gave you an extra motivation right there, man. Shoot, I know probably most 99% of everybody kind of live for that. They work for that. That validates everything you ever went through, for your grandmother to come there and say those things to you and be able to experience those things, you know. Because my grandmother, you know, I don't think she ever drove a car and she didn't want to, you know. That's how they are. Once they get in their ways, you know, they don't want to. My mom used to be like, I don't want to drive on the highway. I'm like, what? How you going? I'm not going if I had to get on the highway. So
that's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy, man. Shout out to and also congratulations. Then you just getting married not too long ago.
Yeah, man. Year 2, man. The marriage, man. I appreciate the wife, man. Bring some structure into my life, man. Helping me take care of these kids, man. Love her to death, man. She's doing an awesome job.
Right. And what do you have going on right now? I know I read that you were coaching. I don't know if you
man, I'm out down here, man, coaching, you know what I'm saying, at Peachtree Ridge High School, man. Trying to get these kids to the next level, man. And that's all I want to do, man. I want to work with these young people, you know, get their mind straight and get them prepared and ready to go to the next level and have an opportunity to take care of their family too.
Do you have a desire to coach on the college level, or is it more just staying right there helping those kids?
I mean, I thought about it, man, but I don't know, man. Like Hack said earlier, man, these kids different, man. I can't sit in nobody living room and beg all day. I just can't do it.
Right. I feel you on that.
You know.
Yeah, man. So congrats on getting that coaching down there, man. I know it's a good thing for you. What grade is your son in right now, little Roddy?
He graduated, man. I think he gonna go ahead down to UAB too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he gonna head down there.
Cause he wasn't. It was your, which one the oldest? Your daughter, right?
Yeah, my daughter. She at Arizona State right now. So my son right behind her. So
I remember when she was born. That's crazy, man. We getting old, man. We getting old, but we gotta stay in shape. We gotta stay in shape. All right, man. So I thank y'all once again, dog, coming on the first episode, taking the time out to speak with your boy and just go over these old school memories, you know, and bringing back some good times.
Man, I appreciate you having me on.
100%.
Appreciate you.
Hey, Hack, whenever you get back on, man, I appreciate you too, dog. We'll tap in later on. So for Julius Wilson, Sherrod, Roddy White, I'm Big Dog Chico. I'm up and about this thing. Thank y'all very much. Peace in the Middle East. Yeah.